Cheers, fella.
Goodbye.
I've taken myself off. Look, I'm just going to leave this as Dragons Danglers on the stream. Just play the game.
Okay, guys, now that we've got rid of him, phew!
Watch my
I
viewer
thought
count
he'd
go
never
up.
leave.
My name's Pete. The journey continues. Thank you for coming to this channel. Make sure you like and subscribe for new videos every week from me. That guy over there, I knew I was going to do that wrong. That guy over there is Dragons Danglers. Thank you for joining us again.
Pleasure, thanks for having me.
We're going to talk about the Evolving Skies set list, but it's not yet been released. It's not yet been released. So what we've done is we've gone into EV Heroes, we've gone into Skyscrapers, and what we've done is just grab some of the cards that we're pretty sure are going to make it onto the Evolving Skies set list. Because normally in Japan you've got those 2 mini sets, and then we get them afterwards, minus 1 or 2 submissions. So fingers crossed the ones we've chosen are definitely going to be in there, otherwise this isn't going to work well for me, is it?
I think they should be.
Okay. We've been scouring, both you and me have been scouring the internet all week, haven't we, to try and find an English set list for Evolving Skies. And we haven't found one.
It's not been easy.
I don't think it exists. It's not been released. But I'm confident these 6 are on, and I'm confident these 6 are probably going to be some of the most played. What have you seen so far that's caught your eye?
So out of the cards that we're looking at, I haven't looked at Rayquaza yet, but well, let's start on the left. Let's start with Flapple.
Yep, sounds good.
Because I think there are more and more Pokemon out there now with abilities.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, just take the metas. Take Shadow Rider. So if you've got a bench full of Shadow Riders, and maybe one in your active, oh, I mean, it's a really good card in my opinion.
So it's 50 for one colourless, which is ridiculous.
For one colourless,
50 damage.
Like I said, you fill your bench with abilities. It'll take into account Crobats, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people fill the bench with abilities now, don't they?
All your V Pokemon are going to have abilities, for sure. So potentially you're talking about 5-6 cards times 50. That's insane. Absolutely. And how can you tech against that? You can't just go in and not play abilities for it.
No.
That's not going to work.
No. Because I'm guessing, obviously you've got Path to the Peak that does that for Pokemon with a rule box.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing this attack does damage for things like Snorlax.
Yes. Yep.
And other single prize Pokemon that have an ability as well.
100%. 100%.
But like you say, there's no way of getting around that other than trying to take it out as quick as possible.
Well, do you know what as well? It's 80 health points, which means you can find it with level ball as well. You don't even need to use a choice ball. You just level ball that up.
Yeah,
away. So you don't even need to have it in your hand. You don't even have to be worried about being manied.
You can just get it out straight away. Either.
That's it. It's on the letter. That is God tier for me. That's just got
definitely God tier.
Strictly God tier. Insane. Let's keep going in that order then. Let's go for that Flaffy next.
Right. So Flaffy, in my opinion, I'm hoping that obviously with rotation, Pikarom will go. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some strong electric type Pokemon come in its place.
Right.
So Flaffy will definitely help in that regard to get an energy out of your discard pile and put it on one of your bench Pokemon every turn, and it only has to be on your bench. Doesn't have to be inactive. So
that's it.
Again, if you're playing the electric type decks and there are some more powerful electric Pokemon on the way to us, it'll be a staple in those decks, I think.
But you know what else? When I looked at this, I thought you've got cards like Blissey that will power up from colourless, and you can energy switch over the energy that you're picking up with this. So I think there's lots of different ways you could tech this. Although it is for electric, I think there's lots of different ways you can just tech that and move stuff over.
It'll work really well in the Kecleon deck.
Yes. Yeah.
With the Scroll of Skies. So yeah, as like you just said, it'll work in normal type decks as well, getting the So there's a lot of ways to use it.
Okay, we're going to leave that up in God's tier, or is that middling for you?
Probably middling because we're not. Don't think it's as good as a Flapple, but it's a nice one to have, I think.
Yep. Okay, no problem. Right. Let's start with this supporter before I lose it. So I'm just going to read out the description of what that supporter does. So Raihan is, let's just bring up the translation. You may only play this card if one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. Attach a basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. If you do, search your deck for any one card, put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. That's crazy. Like, there's a lot of single prizes out there, a lot of single prize decks, and I imagine that's what this is geared to up towards.
Yeah, but also again, I've used the Snorlax quite a lot in my decks. So if I have a Snorlax inactive, and obviously that's only a single prize, but if that gets taken out and you can use this card,
100%.
If I'm then looking for something on my bench in my Tornadus deck, where I'm looking for maybe a rare Candy or an incense, you're picking it out of your deck straight away. Yeah, couldn't agree more. That's just got God's tier written all over it. I just can see that seeing so much play straight away. It's relying on something being knocked out, that's all.
Yes, which ultimately,
but it'll almost next turn get you a decent attack straight away if you've got that.
Yes, yeah, and it's going to be. I mean, it's dead simple to get your energies into your discard. That's not going to be difficult. I can't think of anything that's the equivalent of that at the moment where you can attach and search something out.
I think the nearest thing is a Rosa, but obviously you don't attach.
Yeah, very true. Rightio. That's looking good so far. That's looking very good. I'm going to search out the text for that Duraludon because I wasn't expecting Zard to add to the list. So let me just read out the text for that Duraludon if I can. Dearie me. I know for some reason this is my son's favourite. He went through this list and he picked this one out as his favourite. So the ability is prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from each of your opponent's Pokemon that has special energy attached to it. Okay. G-Max Pulverization, 220 damage. The attack's damage isn't affected by the effect of your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's the clinch.
Well,
basically, you're getting
through you, Decidueye.
Yeah. And Decidueye seems to be making a bit of a comeback because it's still gonna be there, isn't it, after rotation?
Yeah, but this will absolutely pounce on it.
Yes, it will.
For me, with it being single strike now, so I don't know if you saw the Snorlax deck that I made today, the heal one.
I didn't.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Or did you not?
I think
it's a really fun deck.
I saw you starting to put it together, and you were trying to trade into some buff padding, were you? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Well, I got everything together and been playing it for most of the day. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's wrong with the Snorlax is the main attack just hasn't got enough oomph.
Right.
But if I could change the Snorlax out and put this Duraludon VMAX in, and instead of certain energies, I could add the single strike that puts power energy, that puts 20 extra damage, and also the power energy. Oh no, sorry, I can't put the power energy on, can I? So it's just a single strike energy. If you put 4 of them on there, that's a 300 attack. Yeah, am I right?
That is exactly a 300 attack. I was doing the maths in my head there, you were ahead of me.
It's attack damage, yeah. Plus you prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from each of your opponent's Pokemon that has special energy attached to it. So if you come across Bliss is Ghost.
Yep.
I think it's a really strong. Plus give it a big charm to give it some extra health.
Yep. Big charm stays in after rotation, so you fly in that.
Yeah, I think there's lots of uses for that. That'll be a popular one for sure. For sure.
Yep. It's only just occurred to me it's a dragon typing, so it's not going to hit anything for weakness, is it?
No, that's what I just saw. Then I thought it was a normal type. For some
Yeah.
reason, I was thinking it was normal. I don't know why.
Getting our heads around dragon typing again after like how many sets have we been without dragon typings?
Mm-hmm. With no weaknesses.
Yep. So from these two cards on the right, Ninja Kitten, thanks for coming over. How are you doing today? Me and Dragons Danglers here on. I'm going to get it right this time. Ready? No, I know I get that wrong. We are sorting through some of our favourite cards that we are thinking are going to be in Evolving Skies. There's not a set list out yet, Ninja Kitten, so we've kind of just plucked these off of the existing set list for the 2 Japanese sets that we don't have in the UK at the moment. These are the 6 cards that I picked out that I thought were going to be the strongest that I'd seen so far. If you've seen some others you fancy though, let us know in chat. We might add an extra viewer card in if the price is right. Of these 2 cards on the right hand side, Dragons Danglers, is there one in there that you thought was going to be the best of the set?
That Rayquaza, I've just read it now, is unbelievable.
You think you think that ability beats the Umbreon VMAX ability, don't you?
It's one of the most OP cards I've ever seen ever. So the attack is only 2 energies. You discard any number of either fire energy or lightning energies.
Yep.
And the attack does 80 more damage for each energy discarded in this way.
Exactly. How insane is that? How insane is that?
So let's just go back to Fluffy.
Yeah.
Can you only have one? If you have more than one of those Fluffies on your bench,
yep.
And you can put a couple of electric lightnings onto a Rayquaza,
yep.
As well as putting another energy from your bench onto it. Plus, there'll be other ways of getting
you got
energy
that right
on
hand,
there somehow.
Your Snorlax gets knocked out. Use your right hand to accelerate one energy on.
Sorry, what's that?
That right hand supporter card. If your
Snorlax
inactive or something gets knocked out, you just add on that energy from the discard and you're good to go.
Yeah. Imagine
Absolutely
having a Rayquaza just stewing on your bench and just gathering energy up, and then all of a sudden you just bring it into active and start unleashing hell on everybody.
Yeah. Plus the ability, so once during your turn you can discard your hand and draw 3 cards. I mean, that in itself is insane.
I don't understand how that can be an ability on a VMAX card. That's madness. That's like, obviously you only draw 3 cards, but if you're looking for a specific card and you want to just get rid and you're being aggressive to get it.
Yeah. Or if you want to get stuff into your discard.
Oh yeah, and if you want to get the energies into discard, if you're using the Flappy to get it back out.
Yeah, I can just think of so many uses for that.
Yeah.
So many uses.
It's insane.
Yeah. Right. Now I feel like I've outsold my Umbreon, which is, I thought that Umbreon was going to be the big hitter in this one, but I've kind of talked myself down, haven't I? That's a shame. I still think it's pretty crazy though. So it's got an ability, the Umbreon VMAX, where effectively its boss, you can bring up one of your opponent's benched Pokemon when you evolve the Umbreon. Which, how many bosses, how many times do you use boss in a game? Or how many times have you wanted that boss but not got it? Or in fact, you don't even need to, you can use a different supporter and use the ability as well. Effectively like 2 supporters.
That's why I don't like it. Because we've got too many bosses in the game already. The game is full of Marnies and bosses already. We don't need an ability that does exactly the same. That Rayquaza might as well say discard both players' hands and draw 3 cards for both players.
Yep.
For me, it's not needed. That ability is not needed.
Okay.
It makes it too much where you can just bring anything into active.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God ADP's gone.
Yeah.
because it's ridiculous as it is now. They only have to boss a Crobat and a Dedenne and they've won the game. But
Yep, 100%.
when you play this Pokemon from your hand to it, so it's switch. So it's only when you evolve it.
It is only
you
when
can
you
do it
evolve
once.
Yeah.
It's not as strong as I thought then.
But potentially you're gonna play 2 or 3, aren't you?
But
mind you, do you need to? I suppose you're playing it on the basis that you might not have the boss in hand, I guess, or that you want to play another supporter but still be able to use the boss ability. I think.
Yeah, well, if you were going, I don't know. I don't think it's as strong as we originally thought, actually.
Okay.
Because if you've got that, you've got to have the V as well.
Yep.
So that's 2 cards, and if you're using those Pokemon for its ability, you'll usually run a 2/2 line. So that's 4 cards.
Yeah.
That's your bosses anyway. The only difference is you can pick Pokemon out with an item card, where you can't really. Well, I don't know. No, I don't think I like it. I don't think that is as strong as I originally thought.
I want to argue on this one, but do you know what? I think you've talked me down. I think you might be right. Potentially, that's not all I was thinking it would be.
No, because when I first read it, I thought it were once a turn.
Yeah, no.
But it's only when you evolve the Pokemon.
Is there anything in the set that you can de-evolve a VMAX? I've got a feeling there is, but I can't think of it in my little head right now.
What in the evolving skies that's coming out?
Yeah.
Is
I've got a feeling there is. In which case, that would make that more powerful. But other than that, you're right. You get it once when you evolve, and then that's it. So you've got to sit with the V on your bench, and the V's going to only have. Let's have a quick flick through. The V's only got 200. That's an easy 2-prizer, isn't it?
Unless you're going to use it in your deck anyway, and use the attackers. Again, it's a single strike, so if you're going to put the single strike energy that gives 28 the power energy.
Yeah. I mean, it's that magic number. It's like 160. It's going to 2-shot any VMAX when it's got the single strike energy on, isn't it?
Yeah. Middle of the road for me. It's not as powerful as I thought. It's not God tier.
Do you know what?
In my opinion.
Do you know what disappoints me then about that is that is, I think that's the best of the EV evolutions. That's the
do you think
strongest.
so?
Yeah.
I thought it was the what was the Glaceon VMAX? Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. So basically, it's a Scamazenta with nearly double the energy. And then this attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon as well. So it's a bench hitter and a 150 in active. I think Glaceon VMAX.
I'll tell you why I'm going to try and talk you down from Glaceon VMAX.
Go.
Is I think there's plenty of things that turn off abilities on VMAXs now, isn't there? You've got Path to Peak, that's going to turn off that ability. You've got, I mean...
Yeah, and does Chaos Swirl rotates out, doesn't it?
It does. So it's going to be harder to ship off those pesky stadiums that you don't want sitting there. You're going to have to potentially play 2-3 stadiums to keep Gust in your opponent's stadiums. I'm gonna talk you down from another evolution.
No, because if that's your argument, then what do you call it? Shadow Rider VMAX is just as bad, isn't it? Because your same argument, if you put Path to Peak in, it nullifies that ability as well.
But it's the ability for accelerating energy rather than the actual attack itself. Because I think if you're playing Glaceon VMAX, you're only playing it for that ability. Because you want to try and block any attacks. So once that ability's gone, that's useless. Mind you, I suppose the acceleration ability is all you're playing Shadow Rider Calyrex for, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah. Well, the acceleration and you get 2 cards, don't you? So that's what makes that card strong.
Possibly. Travis, thanks for joining in. Ninja Kitten, what do you guys think? Glaceon VMAX, Umbreon VMAX, any other EV evolutions that you want to give a shout out to? Because I love the EV evolutions, I love the artworks, I love the Pokemon, I want them to be good, I want them to be playable. But with that Rayquaza and that Duraludon, I'm just not sure.
They'll be welcome in certain decks, but I don't think there'll be any. They won't be a new meta. The EVs won't be a new meta at all.
I've read as well. Go on.
I was just going to say, I've just said that, but I haven't read Leafeon, I haven't read Sylveon, so I might eat my own words there.
I think from all of the reviews I've seen so far, it's been considered that the Umbreon VMAX generally, from the reviews I've seen so far, is expected to be the most played because of the boss ability. That's been the consensus in what I've seen. Ooh, Ninja Kitten's giving a shout out to Espeon. Espeon because of the artwork? Espeon because it's your favourite Pokemon, or Espeon because of the ability, Ninja Kitten?
I'm just reading the Espeon VMAX now.
I'll bring it up just because I love a bit of your interaction, Ninja Kitten. Let's go. But I was going to say the disappointing thing that I've heard is that we're not getting the alt arts in this set. I don't know if you've heard this.
Oh, we're not?
No. They haven't said what they're going to do with the alt arts, but they have said absolutely the alt arts of the EV evolutions aren't going to be included in the set.
Have you seen Flareon VMAX? Have you seen Flareon VMAX?
Oh, let's have a look.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Let's have a look. Flareon VMAX, Max Eruption 100 times. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Does 100 damage for each energy card you discarded in that way. I've seen that on. So there was an old Rayquaza that did that, and I think there's an old. What was the other card that did that? There's been a few cards that have done similar things, and it's so hard to make them consistent.
Really? What about
obviously you got a
Rangaroo?
You've got a Rangaroo.
Is a Rangaroo stick it staying in?
Yeah, so that's one
Never
energy.
mind, that's one. My bench is full of Rangaroos.
Yeah.
Putting energies onto the top of the deck. What if you have 3 Rangaroos on your bench?
But you're only taking the top card and replacing it with another card, aren't you?
So you're only doing the same 3 times?
You're taking off that same energy and putting it back on again.
Is there nothing else that can put...
I love that idea.
There's another one in there. Hold on.
I've seen this before, and I know it's just so hard to make consistent.
Hold on. Is there not a new trainer that just came out with Chilling Reigns?
While you're looking that up, I'm going to read out the Espeon. So the Espeon VMAX for Ninja Kitten. Thanks for popping by, Ninja Kitten. Loving your stream earlier. Really enjoying that. The ability Solar Revelation, prevent all effects of opponents' attacks except damage done to each of your Pokemon that has any energy attached to it. Attacks. So what are we talking about there? We're talking about bench damage? No, because that's not going to cover damage. So we're talking about poison, we're talking about burn, we're talking about, what are we talking about there? That seems very specific, doesn't it? Very specific. And then the max Psi attack for 1 Psychic, 2 Colourless. The attack does 60 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon in play. Ooh, that's going to be difficult. That's going to be very difficult. It's lovely artwork though. I do like the artwork on that one. Ninja Kitten, good luck with that one. It's going to be a pretty deck, but my life, that looks tough.
Okay.
What have you found? What have you found? Come on.
Expedition Uniform.
Is that in Chilling Reign, is it?
It's got an E on it, so I don't know if it's Chilling Reign. It's not Chilling Reign, is it? So look at the bottom 3 cards of your deck and put them on top of your deck in any order. But it's an item card.
I tell you what, you're desperate to make this work, aren't you?
Yeah, so listen to this. There's Caitlin.
Yep.
Caitlin, put any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of your deck in any order. I've just made it work.
Any number. Say that again. Any number of cards from
your hand.
Yeah.
And put them onto the bottom of your deck, and you can put them in any order.
Right. Okay.
So imagine you've got 5 energies in your hand. Caitlin them to the bottom of your deck.
Yep.
And then you get 2 expedition, is it? What's it called? Yeah. Get 2 expedition uniforms used, and you've got 5. You've got 5 energies at the top of your deck in any order. So none of them shuffle your deck.
I think you've done it. I think you have done it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I can't argue with you. If you can get all of those cards and the energies in that order, and that VMAX up, and the 3 energies on the VMAX, then yeah, potentially you're hitting for what are you hitting for then? 3 energies.
500. Or for 300.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of setting up. I get that. But imagine if it came off. So you energy spinner the energies out.
Yeah.
You Caitlin them to the bottom of your deck, and then you expedition uniform to the top of your deck in any order.
Chat agrees. Boom. They're on your side, DD.
You're welcome.
That's why he's here. I keep pointing that way. That's why he's here, chat. The big brain over there.
Yeah.
I'm just here to look good.
I'm going to write that down because I don't want to forget to do that when they come out. I'll just put watch Durhamdad's YouTube video.
Day one, he's going to have all these packs there waiting to trade into it as quick as he possibly can.
That's the first thing I want to do when I get those cards.
Screaming it every day. Well, you're going to have to think of a catchy name for it as well, so that when it gets stolen across the meta, the series, you can say, yeah, that's a dangler.
You saw it here first. Listen, we've got this video as proof.
I've not even put the card up. It's not even made it onto the... Right.
Well, let's just have a look at Flareon. Search your deck for a fire energy and attach it to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. And then your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. So the Flareon V is nothing much, is it?
No, none of the. I haven't seen any of the EVPs do a lot, to be honest. Yeah, which is a shame. It is a shame. But I have to say, I mean, this is my only rant about V cards. It's that generally across the board, apart from the Zashians, Zamazenta, there's a couple in there. The Vs are not worth the paper they're written on. It's all about getting into those V maxes as quick as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's been consistent in the new sets as well.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be a time where a good old memory capsule used to do you some good, because it's still useful using the Vs. But I agree with you with that.
100%.
Let's have a look at Jolteon VMAX while we're here. This attack also does 100 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on it.
You thought Azul had crept up behind you and stolen your idea there for a second, didn't you?
Yeah. Vaporeon, have we looked at that? I'm sorry, these are probably ones that we can talk about next time.
I tell you what, Ninja Kit and Chernobog Zard, thank you for coming in. We will make a week 2 of Evolving Skies. Because look at his little face over there. He's like a kid in a candy shop, bless him. We're gonna
make Evolving Skies.
Who knows? Next time, maybe some of these will actually be in the set list. It won't just be an imaginary, made-up set list that we've picked out between us. Watch all these cards get dropped and banned. This video is going to go up on my YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. You know what to do. Do go and check out this fella over here, Dragons Danglers. When can people catch you this week, Dragons Danglers?
Back. I know it keeps changing at the moment, but I'm back on tomorrow, usual time. During the day stream. Friday we're off, and then back on Saturday. It's all in my Discord.
He's currently giving away a Rapid Strike Urshifu deck to his subs as well. Not just the card, not just the set.
Full deck.
Full Rapid Strike Urshifu deck.
Full Rapid Strike deck, 4 line, 4 Vs and 4 V maxes.
Mad. Absolutely mad. Right. I'm going to say cheerio, and then I'm going to jump off, and I'm going to roll my own raffle. So anyone who's put waifu in chat, I'm going to roll that raffle next. Thank you for joining me, mate. We'll do this again next
Pleasure.
week.
Yes, no problem. I'll see you then.
Awesome. Cheers.